What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Creatine or Riddick back again with another video, and before we get into today's video, I would just like to give a big thank you to everybody who tuned into yesterday's live stream. It was probably one of my best performing live streams since I've started this channel, so once again, thank you, and enough of me talking, let's just get into today's video. So this one takes place back around February of 2022, and around this time, I had just recently turned 15 and I was in the middle of a basketball season, so I wasn't really doing all that much like out-of-pocket shit like you would normally hear me talking about on this channel, but when I was doing out-of-pocket shit, it was interesting to say the least, and this is just kind of one of those stories where I was doing some interesting shit. So this all started off as a pretty normal day. I think I was at my dad's house on this day, and I was kind of just chilling up in my room watching YouTube at the time, and then one of my friends, who we'll just call Carter, texted me, and I've talked about Carter on this channel before, and that's for one main reason, and it's because of the fact that he's one of my most like out of pocket friends, and he's always just doing like the most fuck shit. And he texted me and he's like, "Hey Riddick, you doing anything today? Like, I'm bored as hell." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm pretty bored too. You trying to hang out?" And he's like, "Yeah, can I come over? Or do you want to come over? Or do you just want to like go and walk around places?" And I'm like, "Do you want to like just meet up halfway from each other's houses and then go walk around for a little bit, then come back here and hang out?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm down for that. Where are you trying to walk to?" And I was just started naming off places in the area we would walk around at normally. And then we just kind of had the plan set in stone. I left my house, Carter left his, and we started walking to meet up with each other. And eventually we meet up with each other, and we just kind of start walking around, hanging out with each other from there. And it was a pretty normal, like, standard hangout. We had a really good time. Nothing, like, severely out of pocket would happen. Just, like, a normal Riddick and Carter hangout. And after that, we both kind of just dipped back over to my house to go chill out for a little bit. And that's kind of when, like, more of the events from the story start happening. So when we get back to my house, me and Carter are just like chilling up in my room, and he's like, "Dude, do you want to like prank call anybody right now?" And I'm like, "You know what? Fuck it, I'm down, but we're using your phone because I wasn't trying to have that shit traced back to me." And we just started prank calling like random businesses after this. I'm pretty sure we did like McDonald's, Domino's, just pretty normal places that people would decide to prank call at. And then we started getting into like more obscure businesses because some people either they weren't falling for the rage bait me and Carter were trying to do, or they just would hang up after they realized we were pranking them. So eventually we called up a Jimmy John's, and I don't know how the idea of prank calling Jimmy John's came into Carter's head or not, because we don't have a Jimmy John's like close by the area we live. I think the one that we called was like an hour or two away from where my dad's house was at. But anyway, we call up this Jimmy John's, and immediately upon the employee answering the phone, me and Carter immediately start just talking shit to him. And the employee, he started talking shit back, which was a shock to me immediately. He was like, "Oh, you guys are prank calling a fucking Jimmy John's? Like, what are you doing with your lives?" And you just had me and Carter going back and forth with the Jimmy John's employee for like I think 5 to 10 minutes easily. And after a little while of just like straight up arguing, the three of us kind of just start laughing at the whole situation of the fact that we're just saying like the most out of pocket shit to each other. And eventually we're actually having like a normal calm conversation with this Jimmy John's employee, and he told us that his name, which I'm just going to call him Logan for privacy reasons. He told us his name, and yeah, Logan, we started talking to him for a little bit longer, and he gave me his Snapchat actually so I could talk to him, and he was a pretty chill dude, it seemed like, at that point in time. And this isn't where the story ends either. Don't think I opted out at 4 minutes. There's a little like part two to this, and I'm just gonna include it in the video. So we eventually prank called the Jimmy Johns again, like I think a couple months later when we were hanging out with one of our friends. So I'll just start telling you guys like about that night now. So this night originally kind of just consisted of me, Carter, and our one friend who we'll just call it Andrew, chilling at my house. We were watching Big Mouth. It was getting fairly late out, and we had already done like all of our activities that we had planned to do for that day. So we were just kind of trying to chill out at that point, just have a good time. And after a little while, we all started to get like bored of Big Mouth, so we all kind of just started to try and like look through each other's phones to see if we could find some people to like FaceTime or call to try and deal with our boredom a little bit. But I don't know what was going on this day, but very few people answered their phones. So that plan more or less was starting to look like it wasn't gonna work. And eventually that's when Carter once again comes up with the idea of, "Hey guys, let's go prank call some people." And I'm like, "Fuck it, once again, we're just not gonna use my phone for it." Andrew said the same thing, and Carter starts calling up some places. We're throwing out like ideas of where we should call. We're trying to like spice it up this time, like change up where we're calling to, and eventually nobody's really like answering their phones, or when they do answer, once again they're hanging up because they realize it's a prank call. And that's when me and Carter get the bright idea to call the Jimmy Johns back, and we just start explaining to Andrew like the fact that we prank called Jimmy Johns a couple months ago, and like the whole situation with Logan. And Andrew starts agreeing with the situation of us prank calling them as well, so we start calling up the Jimmy Johns again, the same exact one. We made sure of it, and it rings a couple times, and eventually somebody answers, and we all just start talking shit like we did the first time, see if we can rage bait the dude like we did last time. And after a little while, the person that we were rage baiting calms down. He didn't fire back nearly as much as Logan did, but yeah, after he calms down, me and Carter start asking like, "Oh, where's Logan at? Like, does he still work there?" And Logan apparently got fired, and the reason that he got fired was very shocking and interesting, and it's a whole lot of shit. So the dude explained, like the dude we were on the phone with, he explained to us, he's like, so Logan got fired for a couple reasons, and one of the main reasons was the fact that he kept stealing people's sandwiches like as they were getting made. Like he would take them as they came out. I don't know. I've never been to a Jimmy John's before, so I don't know how like the sandwiches work when they come out of the kitchen. But apparently he was stealing people's sandwiches, and then the fucking cherry on top of it all was, guess what? Logan got caught jerking off in the break room multiple fucking times. Bro just couldn't wait and had to rub it out multiple times in the back room of the Jimmy John's. And I feel like this already goes without saying, but don't jerk off in the back room of a Jimmy John's. Like, it's a place of sandwiches. People eat there. Like, that's just disgusting. But yeah, the three of us get told this. My face looked like the image I threw up on screen, like, I think a minute ago. And the conversation kind of just ended at that. Like, we hung up the phone from there, and I immediately go to text Logan after this to ask him about the situation, and he tells me it's all true. Like, I don't know why he would have admitted this shit to me. Like, he doesn't know me like that or anything. Like, we don't even talk now. He just straight up admitted to beating his shit in the Jimmy John's. But after this, like, we didn't really prank call Jimmy John's anymore. I didn't really talk to Logan anymore, and oh yeah, from all of the times that we kept prank calling the Jimmy Johns before this, the cops got called on Carter. I don't think they ever knew who actually prank called a bunch of times because of the fact that we use star 67, I think it is. I'm pretty sure that hides your phone number, but yeah, that's pretty much where today's story time ends. If there's a lesson that I can give you guys from this story, it's obviously don't prank call people, and don't beat your dick in the back of Jimmy John's. It's just not nice to do that. And if you guys enjoyed today's story time, drop a like, comment, and you should definitely subscribe if you really liked the video. And I'll probably be up streaming Kindergarten 3 again shortly after this video gets posted, because it's like 7:35 right now, and I'm gonna start at 8. But yeah, I'll see you guys all in my either my live stream or my next video. Bye.